Today's video is a set which has been on my eBay list for 20 years. Is one of the poorest range sets ever. The single channel international hands-free communicator QQ27. And one came up on eBay and there's another, they got two of them. I think it was $29.99 and I think I gave them $27.99. In a box, it's not new, but it's in nice condition. Bit like the Maxcom Speakeasy, but an inferior version. It's got an aerial that goes around this headband and will pop up if you unclip it. Permanently attached, runs on a PP3 battery and operates on channel 30. So it's got Vox, which is pretty insensitive on off volume. So Mark's here this weekend, G7NDJ, and he did just open it up and put a battery on, but the battery clip disintegrated, so we'll be sorting that out. For International QQ27, none of you have heard of that one before. So it's come with the instruction leaflet. So you've got the specification, they're 150 milliwatts allegedly, and you've got the circuit diagram and how to work it. So I've blown up the circuit diagram. So what have we got? Microphone, what's that going to be? Sensitivity, or is that one of the controls? Transmitter, transmit crystal, receive crystal. So it's using a complementary output pair to do the... Oh no, it's not, they're both NPN. Okay, right, so it's it doesn't have an audio amplifier in a chip, but it has an FM chip. I don't know what that says, it just says IC, doesn't it? It's a single conversion receiver with a 455 filter. So, pretty basic. And I said that when we tried these last time round, back in 1983, we got 1/8 of a mile. And it was our worst performing set we tested at that point. But we're not bothered about what's good and what's bad, we're bothered about something nobody else has got. Because they don't want one. Now, can I see what that IC is? No, the silly childish lot have scraped off the number. You know, like, we're really going to start manufacturing these, aren't we? It's probably an MC3357 anyway. That said, you've got some thicker lead on this than some better sets. Now, this type of radio is really, really awkward to service because we've got to put this on a dummy load. So we've got to disconnect the aerial and then put in a lead to make it connect. Actually, I'll see whether we can fix that because it's quite a thick lead and it's longer than the ones we've got in stock. Might be able to solder that on. I'll see. So if we've got, look at the circuit, helps if I had the other camera on, don't know why that isn't on. Looking at the circuit, we've got, surely that's not the volume, is it? Surely. volume and squelch. I'm looking for a preset. There's no preset for deviation. And there's no preset for anything, is there? Right. So, transmit wise, it's going to be that's going to be frequency T5, T6, and then L6 T. So let's see if we can work out what's what, because nothing's labelled on the board. So that is going to be frequency, I would think. I can't tell whether that's in receive or whether it's in transmit at this point. So which wire? It's got to be surely it's going to be this screened one. It's going to be the output, which we're going to have to tack onto to connect it to the test gear. So I need to unsolder that lead and see what we get. So with our famous crocodile clip leads, let's put that away. We'll put the power supply on. We're on 9 volts. And channel 30, does it tell us the frequency? 79 is it 89125? Dial 89125 in. Right. So what we need is a connector . Have I got it on my little signal generator? I think we have. So we'll use this crocodile clip BNC. Oh, good grief, the red's come off and gone astray somewhere. There's always something. Right, well, it'll get soldered on then. We would not accept anything like this for repair, you know. This is a bit of fun for me, and to show you how bad these are or how good they are, whatever we find out. If you can imagine how long it takes to connect things up to these type of products. Go. I'll try and get that onto earth. So Mark said it was channel 30. But I'm not picking anything up. Hang on. Might help if I'm plugged into the signal generator. Pause the video while I get an N adapter. Right, we're finally connected to the signal generator. That's 30 microvolts, so that's 10 microvolts. So pretty deaf. So if we connect up the speaker output to our SINAD meter, we'll be able to get a reading. I think it's that black wire. Right, we'll go over to the SINAD meter. And we have 25 microvolts for 12 dB SINAD. Does it mention anything? No. I'll turn the volume down. Turn the modulation off. So we've just got a blank carrier. And we'll get the signal generator out and we'll put it on receive frequency. I know I normally do transmit first, but we seem to have ended up in this occasion doing receive first. We'll get 455 on here. So system, I think. Load. That one. Now the one and only BNC lead I've now got on the signal generator. So what we're going to do here, we've got a bit of a wire we can poke in here. Could do without the signal generator making a racket while I'm trying to do this at low volume. I'm just wondering whether it's the one with no core in it. Well, I can't find anything that's adjusting the receive frequency. It's so close anyway. Right, so that was number one. That did not bear any fruit, did it? So it looks like whatever the crystal's on is near enough. And in this case, it's very close. So I need to get this back on the speaker somehow. Right, so we'll go through the SINAD, put the signal tone back on. Oh, I've got a bit more of that. I'll just turn the signal up a bit. Seems to be doing the IF. Well, that's a bit better. Well, we actually got... Oh, what have we got? Trying to hold all these clips on. $20. What did I say it was before? 25. I brought it down to 20. What a faff. Let's go look at the transmit. So to get it going to transmit, what have we got to shout Warlow down this thing? Yeah. Warlow. Nope, the power connector's come off again. Warlow. 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 It's so tiny, the transmit power, that I'm having difficulty reading anything. I think we're going to have to swap the meter. We're going to have to swap the normal meter for the this one. So how do we get that to there? Oh, here we go again. I'm going to have another crocodile clip lead, aren't I? Wallow. That's it. This is so insensitive. Let's see whether we can get anything out of it more. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. That's frequency. 27 8 9 1 2 5 27 1278912. I'll put the frequency counter up in a moment. 12789125125 125 2789 125 2789 125 125. It won't quite go, but it's near enough. 125 Wallow. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. That's higher. That is 7 8 9 1 2 5. We've got that on. We'll adjust this one. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2, and that is as high as we're going to get it. What a faff. So is it reading anything on the power meter? No, it's not. So really, the lowest we can read on this power meter is about 50 milliwatts. And I would say it's doing less than that. But you see, you've got losses in the connections. So there we are. It's on frequency. Let's just show you that. Oh, yeah, I did show you that. Let's power it back up again. 1 2 1 2 7 9 1 2 1 8 9 1 2 5. Well, it's not even gone back to the same place twice. One two 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 8 9 27 8 9 1 2 1 2 Wallow. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 Wallow. 1 2. There we go. We're about there. See if we can measure deviation. I doubt it. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 Wallow. You know what? 1 2 Wallow. Wallow. It's about 1.5, so it's going to be pretty quiet. I said these were rubbish. We've done the tune-up. So both of these affect. That's the frequency. That also affects frequency, but it's the power. Power. Because that's as it's coming up. Crystal multiplier, crystal oscillator. There we have the frequency. I suspect that would be frequency if it had a core in it, but the receiver is actually spot on. We've done the IFs, we've done the front end, and we've got 25 microvolts. So don't expect very much range on it, which we don't. Wow. Well, there's one thing, I won't ever see one of these again. So that was a total waste of time, wasn't it? You know what? It might actually work for the next room. So I'll get Mr. Chippy to talk for the next room. We will go on a test with it. So what I now need to do is to connect this back up to the internal aerial. Right, so we'll get it put back together and see whether good, that's got that in. Yep. So I'll try and hold this to the microphone and we'll switch to squelch on. Tango 21 calling anybody by that base station for the video, over. Right, okay, well, it works 40 yards. That's it. That concludes this test. Don't expect you heard any of that, but there we are. It does now work. So, don't want to see another one of those. So there you are, the International QQ27, which in 1983 I said was the worst range CB radio on the market of any, and looking at 25 microvolts for 10 decibels SINAD, I am probably still correct. We'll do an on-the-air test. It's going to be one of these. It's going to have to be a field test where Mr. Chippy goes up the road, and we'll try him up the road. That's probably, we might get him from up the road. He might have to come a bit closer. So we're going to start at 1/4 of a mile away, but I don't think we're going to quite make it. But we'll see. Thanks for watching the International QQ27 from 1982, I think these were. And you now don't have to buy one because I have.